So we are back, and I'm going to be honest with you guys. This last week, I've been giving you the content you deserve because you're the best community on the damn platform, but I'd be lying if I didn't say there was something on my mind all week. And no, I'm not talking about why I have a go-go gadget neck and you guys decide to post memes of it on Twitter. That's not what I mean. What I'm talking about is a simple question, and I'm going to ask you guys because I just don't know the answer. Is Viddal Riley really retired? Now, before anyone panics, I don't even know if this is real, right? We've seen Conor McGregor retire on Twitter and then come back 2 days later, but here we are a week later and Viddal is not budging. And that's something we're going to discuss because Viddal works in 3 linear planes and they all have to do with each other, but they're all completely separate. But before we do that, you guys know that I've never once on this channel told you guys to subscribe, like, do the notification shit. I just never wanted to be one of those guys that was like, guys, what's up? Make sure you hit that sub button. You might as well go ahead and smash that notification bell. You can smack it back and forth like I smacked your girl's ass cheeks. I don't want to do that shit. It's fucking corny, but I do realize the value in it, and we have a goal of hitting 200,000 subscribers this year. If you could, just click that sub button because 58% of the people watching this aren't even subbed. And when we hit that 200K, we got merch coming. So is Viddal Riley really retired? And if so, what made him come to that decision? And what is he actually retired from? The breakdown, let's go. All right, so for this one, we're going to need to put on our detective hat. And no, I'm not talking about the Brillo pad Jerry curl that I'm rocking currently. So remember those 3 things? Let's talk about them. Viddal has 3 different planes in which he makes somewhat of a career, right? One of those is, and it's primarily boxing. He is or was a boxer. And because of that potential for him to be a world champion, this would be a crucial blow to not only UK boxing, but boxing in general as it's starting to gain life. As much as I push back on the YouTube and boxing marriage, it has to some degree brought new fans into this sport and rejuvenated it. Viddal was primed and set to be right square in the middle of that because of his other career, which is YouTube. Viddal has a channel of 1 million plus subscribers, and we've seen as guys are starting to now become more aware of social media and how to market themselves, it is a massive tool to not only propel you in the social media space to gain more fans, but now we've seen that gaining that notoriety can have you skip the line to big money fights, whether it is, you know, the Jake Paul money train, or the fact that it could put you in position to be on cards like that, to be with big time promotions like Viddal was with Mayweather, even though things didn't work out there. Point is, his skill, the amazing skill he possesses in the ring, as well as having a massive audience that doesn't have to rely on Showtime or Matchroom or Mayweather, anybody else, they're your people. That's a weapon that only a few actually have in this boxing space. Ryan Garcia, Jake Paul, Logan Paul, KSI can maybe fit in there, and no one else. But on top of that, it's probably a nightmare when you're trying to be a full-time YouTuber and a full-time boxer, and you don't have the resources like a guy like Jake has, who keeps 20 people around him constantly. You got BJ Flores, 3 bodyguards, 2 hairstylists, 1 to make sure the hairline doesn't go back any further, 1 to make sure the kitty cat tattoo is visible at all times, his crotch sniff yoga instructor, his cheerleaders, and a couple of elementary school teachers. But all doesn't have all the access that these guys do, at least not in the way that they do. So it is tough to juggle both things, and you've heard the old saying, you can't be 1 foot out and 1 foot in and expect to be a world champion. You have to be 2 feet in the game, fully invested. And that's something that, again, is part of the reason why he could be retiring from one of those 2. And right on the heels of that, this is the part where shit could actually hit the fan. Because if I'm honest, I wasn't scared that Viddal was actually going to retire. I thought, like I said, Conor McGregor did it on Twitter. Jake's done it on Twitter. I'm retired. It's over. Drum up interest and come back. But then he took a commentary and fight night personality job with Sky Sports. And you guys might think that's just another thing that he's not doing full time and he's not dedicating a lot of time to, but he's still dedicating some time to it. And again, he could absolutely do that, the YouTube, and still fight. I will concede that. But when players in sports retire, or they're about to, how many times do they directly walk out of whatever sport they're playing, hang the gloves up, hang the cleats up, and walk directly into an announcer and broadcaster job? It happens all the time, because that would be the first thing you do. Find that new source of income, that new full-time gig that used to be taken up by your boxing, and do that. Oh, and it has to do with the one thing you've done all of your life, which is boxing. That is what's making me and my Philly-on third eye, because I couldn't pop this zit before the video started, skeptical, okay? But I know this. Each time Viddal puts something on Twitter, because I follow him on Twitter, and each time he tries to interact with new content, or he talks about a new gig that he got with Sky Sports or whatever, there's always those people talking about, you fell off, Pull out merchant. When are you fighting? Still haven't fought. Less fights than Jake is a pro. And these dumbasses don't realize how pro boxing works because they were fucking titty fed from the Jake Paul problem child nipple and the Minecraft Bob the Builder servers, and don't understand what professional athletes actually have to go through when fights don't just materialize out of thin air because they can't just get in there with an NBA basketball player, someone that's never boxed, someone again that's never boxed. Yeah, Viddal gets hurt. He's a professional athlete. Guess what? Your favorite football player, basketball player, baseball player, soccer player, whatever, they do the same shit. And if they're out a prolonged period because their body can't perform in the way they want it to, that isn't their fault. So for those people that wanted Viddal to retire, that continued to tell him that he was nothing, never had a career, fell off, the whole bullshit, I hope you guys are happy. And I would say those people could pat themselves on the back, but that would mean their hands would have to leave the keyboards that they're constantly on because they've never touched grass in their fucking lives. If it is true and he is retiring, what is the most likely scenario that he's retiring from? If he means he's retiring from YouTube, then fair play to him. If he wants to fully focus and put 2 feet in on his career, people already know who Viddal Riley is. I mean, people like myself, people that have subscribe to his channel, millions of people know that name, and maybe YouTube is just taking too much time out of his day and he's maybe lost some passion for that. I don't know. Everybody's talking about you don't fight. Mans drops his YouTube just to put 2 feet in and go for it. Gotta respect that. And genuinely, if I am to give my opinion on what I think is going on here, no, I don't think Viddal is retiring. I think especially that tweet to KSI kind of is a little wink, wink, nod, nod. So that would just mean that Viddal is joking about something that KSI would never do because he's probably not done it himself. So I don't think he's retired, but I'm not going to point one way or the other. I don't know. So there you have it. I don't know if I answered anything there or if I just gave us more questions, but I wanted to throw different options out there. Like I said, it would be a severe loss for the boxing community. It'd be a severe loss for the YouTube community, both in my opinion, because the guy has so much talent. With everything said, Viddal Riley, it's been a week, and he's still retired. No psych, no I'm back, no just kidding. So the question remains, is Viddal Riley retired from boxing, from YouTube, from both? Ladies and gentlemen, pardon my interruption, but we have breaking news here at the W.A.D.E Concept News team. Exclusive footage answers the questions that we've all had. Is Viddal Riley really retired? Let's take a look.
I want to see you box.
Yeah,
That's what I'm waiting for. I've been waiting since yesterday to see you box.
We'll be back in. Yeah, but I just said to them at home, I'm trolling them, innit? Told them, I admit I'm trolling them. I didn't know that. I kept it up for like a week and a bit.
So there you have it, guys. Straight from the man himself. He was trolling. Listen, I didn't fall for that. You know what I'm saying? 200 IQs. I saw right through it. But some of you guys did, and I wanted to make sure that I included this in the video because now we have the official answer. Ladies and gentlemen, Viddal Riley is back. Like he never left because, well, he didn't. He never left. So now the question is what it was to begin with. Who's his next fight? When can we see Viddal back in that ring? I don't have the answers, but I'm glad to say for sure sometime in the future that I guess we'll find out.